Yo, what up gamers, this is Dark here, bringing you a Xayah ADC gameplay video. As you can see, I'm using Halo Blades this game. I think Xayah is actually super underrated with Halo Blades. I've been using this Runa Xayah for, I don't know, months, maybe half a year, maybe a year at this point. I thought it would have cut on her by now. It's been the highest win rate rune since ever since Halo Blades got buffed, to the point where champions like Xayah or Xayah and Tristana started using it. Xayah saw the same increase in win rate with it, but people just haven't been using it for some reason. However, I think it's really good. It feels really good to me. So that's what I'm using. We're gonna be doing probably Essence River into Gale Force. I mean, obviously Essence River is a really good item on Xayah, and Gale Force is also pretty good, but as I've pointed out quite a lot in my recent videos, Gale Force is not actually built an item that you want to build first, because it lacks DPS. But it's best used as a follow-up to your actual DPS item, which will be non-mythic. So for on-hit ADCs, that can be Bork. For Xayah, that's going to be Essence. Getting some damage in there. Notice Rakan having that, my bad. That wouldn't have been so bad if if Leona had hit that, because I was actually too far away for Misfortune to capitalize. Would have been a good fight for us. Anyway, as you can see, the matchup is Xayah Rakan into Misfortune Leona. I would say actually this matchup should generally be favored to Misfortune Leona. Xayah Rakan used to be a really big threat, but their laning phase has been nerfed. What makes them good is that like they're stronger than some of their parts. Rakan is not actually a very good laning support, is the main issue. He does have a better early game than he should when combined with Xayah, but it's not like a really strong early game. Like as Xayah, you're always gonna have a stronger laning phase if you have this Leona support, or you have a Nautilus support, or a Thresh support, compared to if you're laning with a Rakan. The reason Rakan is so good is because his late game is better than it should be when paired with Xayah, his early game is better than it should be when paired with Xayah, etc. But we are probably going to have a bit of a tough matchup. That being said, we do obviously have a lot of kill potential if we just land that engage. The main issue is just going to be hitting that engage. We can land that though, pretty easy to pick up a kill, especially if Leona just happens not to be on the lane. That makes things quite easy. A good engage from Rakan. I'm gonna look to Swave ASAP. Gonna use my E early to give them a chance to last hit that. Just gonna walk up here, make sure Leona isn't just walking up and freezing that wave. Once I know that's not gonna happen, I'm just gonna back. Not gonna go for plating, that would be way too greedy at this stage of the game. If I go for the plating, even if I do get the plating and I do get the gold, that just massively delays my recall. And what I gain from the plating, I will just lose in CS later on once this crashes into my wave, into my turret. So now I'm gonna go for the plating, just gonna back right away. You only want to go for platings much later on, when you actually have time to get the plating and back, or if you have time to get the plating and also shove the next wave and then back. Those are the kind of situations where you want to actually go for the platings. We got a pretty big lead here so far. Okay, I want to get away from that Leona. Hey, super good trade. I basically took 0 damage there. While Misfortune may have looked killable, that was only partially because of all the damage Rakan did while I was being chased by Leona. If I hadn't been getting chased away by Leona, I would have been stunned anyway, and I would have been taking some damage. Maybe it was still killable anyway, but fight at least went more cleanly. Probably be able to kill Leona here. No, okay, she's flashing. Maybe it can still be a kill? Yep, that should do it. Good shit. So I'm just gonna try and hard shove this again. Bit of time before the next wave. If I were an ADC with worse wave clear, I guess I couldn't have done that, but this might actually be one of those situations I mentioned where I can just go for the plating and shove one more wave. Use my W to get this faster. Alright, I'm taking some damage, but that's fine. She can't kill me. In fact, she might just be a little bit over aggressive there. Well, she will get the Dark Harvest, but because of my wave being closer here and just me being stronger as a champion right now, I do sort of win the trade, and I do then have the agency to just take that wave, shove it in. I know I can just back. Thanks to having prior over the wave. Prior over the push. I'm gonna drop a ward there, make sure nobody's sneaking up on me. And it back. Staff will be picking up this. Then on my next back, probably look towards the Sheen. If I can't afford that, though, I'll just go for Cloak. Of course, grab the pink. I've already got one placed, however, if this one ever gets cleared, then I want to replace it. Very unlikely that I'll ever have to back on enough gold where I actually have to sell my pink, or me getting a pink will actually prevent me being able to get the item. Because I always have the option of selling the pink again if I need to. It just cost me a cannon for no reason. Oh well. We do want to just freeze here. Right now, because they have so many more minions than our wave has, that means that our wave is going to be slowly dying here, while their wave is not really going to be dying, not fast at all. If we just sit here, not pushing the wave, only lost hitting, this will push towards us. They're losing a bunch of CS. They're losing way more CS than if I were to actually try and crash the wave into their turret, generally. Because I'm Xayah, that might not be the case, because I actually do have a lot of wave clear, I can crash the wave really fast. However, I'm not sure when they backed exactly. Could be that they were just arriving like in like 10 seconds. Good on you. I'll just follow up here so if I can cut off the Leona there. There we go. Look at that, both of them dead. I can either look to keep freezing her or I can keep shoving. Problem here is if I shove, I definitely won't be able to crash it before they... Oh, my bad. I wasn't paying attention there. If I do look to crash it, they are going to get into lane like right about the time when this is crashing. So because I don't actually need to back for anything here, I've got full HP, full mana. I've got like gold for a Sheen, but it's not a huge deal. I'm just going to keep the freeze up. This is how I'm going to make them miss the most CS. It does cost me a back. I won't be able to recall here. Actually, I could recall if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I just want to keep last hitting here, getting as much CS as possible, while they miss as much as possible. I do also want to place a ward here to make sure that I'm not getting cheesed by the Leona. Like, theoretically, they could arrive in the lane here and just engage on me before Rakan gets here. That ward is to prevent that. Also prevents Viego lane gang, should he try that. You can also actually look to go aggressive here because they can't really engage on me under turret. And if they do try, well, yeah, look how this goes for them. Thank you for the kill. Perfect. Now we can look to shove. This way, this freeze is broken now anyway. Now we just look to shove. Now we crash. And now look at the massive deficit here. I don't think Misfortune has even been like missing that much CS in terms of like just missing last hits. This is just purely off of wave management, off of crashing the waves when she's not in the lane, off of freezing when she's not in the lane. This is a much better way of using up your lead than just AFK shoving waves. Again, gonna use the E early. I could stack up more feathers to one-shot the wave, but I want to give Rakan the cannon. Just a small distinction there. I'll go for another plating. As you can see, I've still got plenty of time, hopefully, to recall here. I have the Essence Cerebro, so I'll back to that. Actually, I'm just gonna shove another wave, because I will miss some CS here if they just crash the wave instantly. And they do have the pushing power to shove that wave faster. See what I mean? Like even with like how fast I went for that plating, I still would have missed some CS here. We're going for that plating. Would have been a little bit greedy. The only reason I should actually really do that is if I needed the gold for Essence Reaver, which I didn't. The previous plating was already enough. But it's fine, because we had power over the wave anyway. I'm gonna sell the pink here, actually. Go for a dagger. I value the combat stats here. We're not really getting ganked anyway. And honestly, at this point, I think we're so ahead. Why does Viego have AP? Oh, that's... Okay, I'm pretty sure he's just copying Cass's build. Okay, that's just a visual bug, I'm pretty sure. Maybe? Right? We'll figure it out later on. Anyway, yeah, at this point we're so strong that I'm sure we can probably just win a 2v3. Leona has to pop over here or she's dead. If she gets rooted, she's dead. If I knew she was gonna go for that, I would have just let her hit me. That was a free death. Again, I don't want to just AFK shove mindlessly. I just want to freeze. Right now, the reason for that is not like trying to make them miss CS by like letting them kill my minions. But that's just because like as you just saw, even 1v2 I can easily stomp these trades. I'm super strong right now. After the Essence Reaver purchase. If Misfortune ever tries to walk up to sit this, I could just move over to punish her, maybe get a kill. As you saw, that Leona engage was almost a death. She seems to know that she can't actually walk up here to get last hits without dying to me, so she's just not even trying. Fine, I just maintain the freeze, and because of the freeze, they're going to be missing a ton of CS. Whereas if I crash this, that's just going to let them freely last hit on the turret. We can't stop that unless we're strong enough to dive, and it's one thing to be able to win a 2v2 or 1v2 in the middle of the lane. It's another thing to be able to dive, you know? Possible I could have gotten Leona ulted there, would have had to ult myself. By the way, I probably should have gone cleanse this game. I wasn't paying attention in Champion Select. You should usually use cleanse against Leona. It's not too important though if you're actually a champion like Xayah, because you do have your ultimate to dodge the cleanse. Generally, the more mobile your champion is, the more you can get away with not running cleanse. However, it's probably still a good idea. The heal does make you stronger in early fights, to be fair though. Okay, looks like Misfortune and Leona are roaming. If I only had a slight suspicion that they were roaming, then I would wait to shove until I actually saw them. However, because I see them on a ward, I'm just going to start shoving ASAP. I'm not going to follow them on the roam because I know that I can guarantee some kind of play here by crashing this in and making them miss CS. That's guaranteed. If I follow, no chance something good happens for us. I would just waste my time. Maybe I do get there in time to like influence the fight, but it's like too late anyway. I'm just going to shove and get platings. Looks like Misfortune died anyway, and I'm guessing nobody's gonna come for me. I won't bother warding. I'm just gonna go for turret. Okay, yeah, not an AP Viego. Really confused about that. It was weird. He had the free boots, right? But nobody on my team had free boots. So I was like, does that mean that it's actually his build? He's got AP items and free boots? No, but I'm guessing it's just a weird interaction between having free boots and having like tier 1 boots stolen from the enemy. Okay, again here, gotta watch out for the Leona ult. I'm guessing it's down though from the previous fight. Okay, I'm just gonna look to freeze here again. Actually this would crash into the turret too fast. I'm just gonna tank it a bit. Crown shouldn't be hitting it, but it's whatever. Obviously, if I just crash this wave into the turret right now, the turret is low enough that I can... well, I definitely will just be able to one-shot that. However, if I can just delay that crash for as long as possible, while I wait while I keep freezing, they are going to miss as much as possible before that happens. I'm in no rush to get first turret here. Even if I'm not the one that gets first turret, it will still be my team. The only turret at threat of falling right now is the top lane turret, which is going to be for our side. It's gonna crash on this wave anyway, so I'm just gonna look to do that right now. I have to focus Leona before I actually go on the turret. Okay. Don't actually get it on this wave because of Leona tanking up all that damage. I just can't walk past Leona to hit the turret because then I'm just really putting myself at risk. As I said, I can probably win 1v2s right now, but I mean, this is a level 6 Leona at this point, and there's a turret there. I just want to punish her for doing that while staying as safely positioned as possible, not just running past her onto the turret. And then once she backs off, that's when I can go for the turret. I don't get first turret, but that's fine. Still went over to the top lane, which is fine. And the gold that I missed out on by not getting first turret, it still goes onto Pantheon, and I make up for it as well by denying that gold onto Misfortune with that freeze. I don't need to ult here. Really did not need to hold there either. Okay. We have enough minions to tank up here. I'm just gonna walk through here. Perfect. Oh, that's a really early surrender. Fair enough. Well then, I hope you view this as a pretty helpful guide on wave management. As you can see, I focused a lot on like when I wanted to shove and why I was freezing, when I was freezing, etc. As a champion like Xayah, you have a lot of wave clear, so you have a lot of agency over like if you want to shove, you can do it like pretty much instantly. You can pretty much instantly create a crash straight into the turret, just a clean crash without your minions crashing into another wave first. The more wave clear you have, the more of an option the crashing into the tower becomes. However, that doesn't always make it the right option. A lot of the time you do want to freeze, and hopefully you help get an idea of this game of when you do want to go for those freezes. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Good night, gamers.